role in immigration. The Jomo Kenyatta Memorial, dedicated to the father of the young Kenyan nation, rises to dizzying heights with its arrow which seems to touch the sky. The symbols on its two horizontal axes seem a bit outmoded. Independence was not gained without a struggle. Jomo Kenyatta held power until his death in 1978. He was able to stabilize his country and at the same time hold off his opponents. As in most African nations, tribal membership is determined by election. Kenyatta was from the Kikuyu tribe, which favored his membership over other individuals of minority tribes. President Moi belongs to the small Tugen tribe and benefited from the divisions among the multiple parties. Elections have not always been held in the most democratic of situations. Public rumor says that the current president got the Maasai's vote by telling them that since his picture was on the money, if ever he lost, he'd come and take it all away. The mosque in the center of the city attests to the presence of a sizable Muslim community. Downtown Nairobi is the place where all sorts of exchanges are made. The Christian community is characterized by numerous churches and at times sects. But the Indian community is without doubt the most well integrated. It is extremely active in the country's economy. Indians have been established here for generations and are well represented in the government. It is not unusual to see Hindu temples in Kenya. The residential neighborhoods are set up in blocks which are separated by vast green areas. The European influence section known as Upper Nairobi lies in the western and northern parts of the city. The villas in this district are surrounded by tree and flower-filled expanses between the rivers. Two-thirds of the African population lives in the eastern part of the city, where the development of collective and individual homes has boomed. The older districts of Kayakor and Pumwani are located near the city center, and the more recent districts of Ofafa Jerusalem, Ofafa Jericho, and Ofafa Marengo are near the city outskirts. Sisal is one of Kenya's traditional crops and is used in the fabrication of rope, baskets known as kiondos, and feverfew, which once dried has the properties of an insecticide which fights against flies and lice. But it's often forgotten that this country is also one of the major exporters of pineapples, tea, and coffee as well. The first coffee trees were planted by a Catholic mission on the outskirts of Nairobi. Other bigger crops were introduced to the area around Lake Victoria. After Kenya gained its independence, the redistribution of the land resulted in the establishment of local cooperatives, which now contribute greatly to the country's tea and coffee production. Once husked, the red and green coffee beans are spread out in the sun to dry. High-quality coffee beans become a dull light brown when dried. They must then be roasted in order to release their flavor, a process which decreases their weight by 20%. Kenya is Africa's largest tea producer and third in the world only to India and Sri Lanka.